Good day, guys. As you all know me, as your mentor, Nasdaq Ninja. So, guys, before I can continue, can you please like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so that you can get notified once I upload. So, guys, today we're going to talk about NAS100 and USDT. And as much as you can see, guys, I'm already on NAS100. It's an M30 chart. So, what I want you guys to give a sort of like a brief. It's just like a little focus that you can see that as much as you can see that the market only did a sort of like a pattern, this is called a continuation pattern, understand? So I always say this is just my continuation rising wedge, understand? Anyway, that in a certain point you're gonna see it continuing to take that certain direction, understand? So at the end of the day, guys, let's start from an H4 time frame and see what is it that we have. I just wanted to show you how you could have caught that buy. It was so easy, you understand? Let's start from a weekly time frame and see what is it that we actually have on a weekly time frame. So remember, guys, I've been calling out this buys from NAS100. I've been telling you that I think NAS100 has to give us a proper buy from there because it's a retest. But I just like to make you guys understand that in the market, after a breakout of a trend, we get a correction. So at this certain position, we might be having a correction in a way that there is possibilities of us coming back to the bottom side if we don't break the top side. But not saying we can go back there at the bottom, but here, remember I said if we get to manipulate this place, then that's when we can start moving to the top side. As much as you can see, it was just a manipulation and the market is here, understand, which can actually advise us to say the market will start pushing furthermore to the top side. But remember, guys, it has to break this zone here so that we can confirm that. So what I would like to start with here, I'll just start with the highest point, and then I'll start with the current lowest point, and then I'm going to create places whereby I know very well when the market touches, the market reverses. So these are my zones, understand? And if you can check, every time the market touches at that certain place, the market reverses. So let me quickly do this. So in the market, guys, we have a falling wedge and a rising wedge, which is a reversal, and we have falling wedge and rising wedge, which is a continuation, understand? So what I like making it easier to people, I'm just saying if it's a falling wedge that is a reversal, you're gonna see it by breaking at the lower lows, understand? But if it's not breaking the lower lows, it means it's a continuation. The lower lows are too strong, you understand? Remember, if you break something that is strong, the market will keep on taking that certain direction, understand? So as much as you can see, those are my strongest point, you understand? Those are points which if the market touches, the market will reverse, and what I like about NAS100, every time it touches a zone, it respects a certain place, understand? It respects the zone, understand? Even here we have a zone, understand? If you can check, this point once gave us this whole buy, and it gave us a buy as well here, which is allowed as well. So from here, what I can create a trend line here. So basically, if we were investors, let's say we were to fund like $1 billion, you understand? If though we had it, or let's say 100 million or 50 million, we could be entering our buy somewhere here and then aiming for a bigger outcome from it. Let's say we say our stop loss is just here. You understand? I'm talking about a higher, bigger account. Not saying that 10K can't do it. 10K can do it, but you need to actually get the direction perfectly, understand? Because your stop loss might be here because of your account is too small, you understand? So let's say you have like maybe 100K, you put your stop loss there, maybe you just enter 10 trades, you understand? So when the market is around here, you know very well that you're targeting a long-term journey, you understand? If you are about to enter entries which you can close around a year, you understand, or around 3 years or whatever, you understand? So that's what I'm advising. So in the market, you need to get the whole structure of the market and understand where exactly is the market going. Understand? So from here, we can see, I see a perfect buy, based on the rules of the market. Even if you can go to any book of trend lines, this is just the rule of the market, that the market after breakout, it has to retest. After retesting, it has to push to the top side. And this is what I see. Understand? I just see a retest and I see that the market has to continue pushing to the top side. You understand? So this is when we start going to the daily time frame. But remember, we have a weekly vision. You understand? You don't forget your weekly vision. Remember, even if you go to 1 minute, you might get those smaller cells. But what is the long journey? You understand? What is it that the market is taking for a long term? You understand? It's buys. So you need to be careful when you take those cells, in order for you to understand that when you take the cells, you need to take them for a short period of time. But when you take the buys, you take them as and we can say an investor. You understand? Remember, I'm not an investor advisor, so I can't tell you guys anything about investing. I don't know anything about that. But at the end of the day, guys, so you push to the daily time frame and check what is it that you see. Understand? So what I would like you to do on the daily time frame is just to cater your correction phase. Understand? This is just a correction phase whereby when the market touches, we know very well the market will be playing around here. Understand? When the market touches here, enter your buys with an immediate effect. The market will reverse immediately at that certain point. When the market touches here, enter your sells, and then you eat a little bit. Once it breaks it, that's where you're going to enter your buys on the retest. You start seeing the market pushing furthermore to the top. The only position that will make the market to buy furthermore with the highest momentum is if the market break this point. You understand? That's when we're going to see the market pushing furthermore to the top side non-stop. You understand? But as much as it's around this position, it can touch here, and then the next thing it sells. Understand? It's allowed. It's part of the rules. That's what we understand. So you push furthermore to H4, and then you check what is it that you see. So what I see here, I have a certain small channel. Understand? I have a certain small channel which can actually advise me that on the third touch I might get a proper buy that can be more powerful to break the top side. You understand? Because the market has to go ups and down. Understand? So it can come back here and then create our third touch, and then the next thing it push to the top side, but it shouldn't break this trend. If it breaks this trend, then we have another problem. Understand? We need to be looking for selling opportunities. If it breaks this below support, diagonal support, then we understand that the market will be pushing to the below side. You understand? But as much as I just created a little bit of a channel, I just want you guys to understand that certain position here is just a retest. You understand? Because this is the place whereby the market was keeping us consistently not passing it. Understand? We touched, we sold. Understand? We once touched and bought. So understand, if you pass this position, this is like a strongest phase of ours. Understand? So we can just go to reset so that we can see the chart very well. So you understand? So if the market breaks this trend, that's when it will push the top side. But for you now, you just have to look for buying opportunities. Remember, an upper trend was made for bullish trades. You understand? So we can say the market has higher possibilities of turning at that certain place and then come back and break at that certain point. So I'm still on a buying opportunities. Understand? I can see even the momentum, even the candlestick, it's still giving me those buying vibes. Understand? And it's an H4 time frame. So if the market comes back here, enter your buys, aiming for a take profit there, the top side. So let's quickly go to 60 minutes time frame and see what is it that 60 minutes has for us. You understand? So you can see that at this place, we have a proper channel. If ever we break it, that's when we're going to have selling opportunities. But as much as we are inside it, there's an upper trend. So I'm going to look for buying opportunities at this certain place. I'm looking for my take profit here. Even if when it touches on third touch, I'll look for buying opportunities. The only way I'll look for selling opportunities is if it breaks this trend. That's when I'll say, yeah, now it's time for myself to enter selling opportunities, because I know this trend will be guiding me, pushing furthermore to the top side. You understand? So guys, what I'm saying is on Nasdaq, keep on looking for those buying opportunities. Understand? They matter a lot. So let me adjust my zone here so that it can be perfectly. So here, guys, just look for buying opportunities. That's all you can do for now. You understand? So now let's jump into US30. So this is our USDT. Like, we always gonna go to the weekly time frame without wasting no time. That's what we always do, though. You understand? So what I like is, it seems like Nasdaq it's forward. You understand? The only way you can kill USDT is when Nasdaq it's forward. You understand? When USDT is forward, Nasdaq might confuse you a little bit. You understand? But I feel like USDT, NAS100 now it's more forward than USDT, because you can see USDT didn't actually take those momentum. You know why? Because it did take those momentum. So it's like it's waiting for NAS100 to reach a certain phase so that it can start taking those kind of movements. Because you can see USDT already retested, like on other videos, like I told you, it already retested. So it means that this one, since it already retested, what it was left with is just to create a correction. The correction that has to be doing what? To be manipulated. So this is the correction: first touch, second touch, third touch. It broke it and then retested in it. So if it comes back here again on the top side, what you have to do, you enter your trade, you hold until it hits this take profit. That's a weekly zone. Understand? So in my understanding, I know if it manipulates a correction, once it comes back inside it, we're not gonna stop. So let me just remove everything and analyze and give you guys a direction. So what I always do, guys, I just create my highest point and then I create my lowest point. And then I create places which I see when the market touches, the market reverses. Those are my strong faces. You understand? I understand if the market is pushing further more to the bottom, there has to be a place whereby when the market touches, the market will reverse. Like this certain place, you can see it created sell, can created a buy. So it's a perfect phase for myself. Understand? So obviously here, if the market was at the top and then came below, it means it created a retest, and which is allowed. You understand? So now we have to come here and create zone again, and then we create our zone here. Anywhere you see a rejection, just create your zone, because those are your strongest phase. You can see the market is reversing in that certain place many times, understand? So in the future part, when it touches, you don't have a problem. So here I'll just create the trend line. So I'm gonna give it this second touch here. I'll just say first touch. There is a third touch there though on a daily time frame. Once we get to go to the daily time frame, we're gonna be adjusting this trend line so that you can see it very well. Understand? We don't wanna draw the trend line based on the current market. We need to draw it based on the past. You understand? So that you understand why did the market reverse at that certain place. Understand? So now we're gonna push to the daily time frame. There's nothing left for us here. So that's how it is. So you can see that the market is failing to pass that certain position. Understand? It's failing, and we understand this. Remember, a trend line can be a zone. Don't forget that. Remember, I told you that on a daily time frame, we do have a third touch at that certain place. So this is our third touch. So we have first, second, and then this is our third touch. So we can just adjust it a little bit so that it can touch the second rejection. So it's first, a second, this was our third touch, and then it went to the bottom side. So you can see the market, when it comes back at that certain position, is busy respecting that zone, because a trend line can be a zone as well. You understand? So that is the simplest of the market. And where there's a trend line, there's a support. So at this certain place, there is a support, because this is just a diagonal resistance, and then this is just a diagonal support. So at the end of the day, without wasting your time, remember, we're just looking for an entry point. So my point was saying, if the market comes back here, so my point was like here, if the market comes back straight here in the top side, you're going to take buys. But if ever when the market is here, you know very well that these are buys, I feel like it's safe to enter entries where most of the people don't actually have confirmation, because you're not going to be manipulated. You understand? You are not part of them. You understand? You are in your separate location. But at the end of the day, I'll just show you where you can enter a proper entry point. Let's go to H4 and see what is it that we have. So from H4, what I'm going to create here, I'm just going to create, remember this trend line, don't forget it, you understand? We might not entertain it now, but that trend line, it means a lot to us. You know, you can see that it made the market to reverse. So now we're going to create a sort of like a correction, understand, a diagonal correction. So we're going to create the trend line here. This one, we need to take it from this point there. And then we come again, we take it here straight. So this becomes our proper trend line. And then we have what we call major key, which is, if you want to know more about it, you can contact me. We'll talk about that. So at this certain place, I feel like we have a proper entry point, which is here, which is at this certain place, you can just enter your buys, beautiful buys. You know, the market will respect without no choice. It will respect without no choice. So at this certain place, you can enter your buys here. And then you know you're aiming from where the trend line started. So I can just put it here. So, but you need to wait for it to break so that you can confirm. So you can have your first take profit here, your second take profit here. Remember, this is your H4 time frame. So when I'm talking about major key, guys, I'm talking about when you connect your trend from the major trend, you understand, and then you take it below side. The next thing, when it breaks out, it confirms your proper buying opportunity. So, but at this point, guys, trust me, I'm going to take buys. Proper buys. You know, there's a beautiful buy here. There's a beautiful buy. There's a beautiful buy which you guys need to actually give time to each, understand, to participate on it. So this trend line, I'm drawing it because I understand you guys can see that this is a retest of a breakout of a trend. This is it's a head and shoulder as well. You know, I'm just like trying to give you guys a lot of confirmation so that you become more confident to your direction, understand? So the only thing most of the people need is just confidence, understand? So that's just your head and shoulders. So at the end of the day, let's see if we can have something that can give you more confidence. Yeah, I think we have it. So we have a third touch there, which can as well become your most confirmation, understand, where you know very well around our time where we trade, you can enter your buys there and then you hold them until take profit. So guys, at the end of the day, guys, this is the end of the video. Thank you guys for watching this one. Let's meet on another video.